Hello and welcome to today's video on high altitude investing. So today is just going to be a quick video on how I go about momentum trading. So this is how I do my momentum trading, and I'm going to hop over to Poloniex here, and this is cryptocurrency, by the way. So I'm on poloniex.com. Now what I mean by momentum trading is pumping coins. So this is actually how to trade pumping coins, not momentum. Well, it's the same thing, but basically what I do is this coin is up 160% right now. And I just hopped in because it just hit a support level at 50%, and I'm expecting a swing up. Now if it continues to prove me correctly, see how I'm in some profit right now? If it continues to prove me correctly and continues to pump in that direction, which it seems to be, then I would hold this position, hold it, and then once I see my personal decision point for Poloniex specifically is when I see these MACD lines turn around. So do you see these two lines in the MACD? The MACD is right here below the chart and in between the time scale. That stands for moving average convergence divergence. So I expect, what I look for is I look for these lines to hit the top and start to turn around a little bit. So right here is when I would sell out my position because they started to hit the top, right? See right here how it's topping out, those lines? Not turn around. You don't want to start selling right here, right? Because then if you sell right here, you've already lost your money. You want to sell once they top out. So once they come out to this higher point on the MACD. Now that's just one indicator I use as far as momentum trading goes, but really what you want is a good entry. So let me hop over here and I'll explain this on Ripple. So this is tradingview.com, and I highly recommend it because with tradingview.com you can set price alerts. My live stream, which is being uploaded right now to YouTube, I explain how to set price alerts, and I highly recommend checking that out because it's important. And I'm going to make a video on price alerts down the road, some other places you can set them other than TradingView. But see, because stop and limit orders don't always get filled, and so if it texts you and you have a stop and limit order, it's kind of like you have some backup there. You have a plan B if it doesn't quite go as planned. So what I look for when I'm momentum trading these types of coins is this is clearly trending up right now, and it's clearly got a lot of upward momentum and a lot of volume, and so all you have to look for is an entry. So good entry points, I'll point out some good entries. This is a good entry. This is a good entry. Now, I want you to look at these two entries and decide which one you think is better. And then I'll tell you. Alright, so if you've decided, I will tell you right now that obviously this one entry is better. Now, the reason for that is because if you've entered down here, there's a lot higher probability that you can sell in profit. So trading is a lot about probabilities. If you buy right here, what's the probability of you being able to sell in profit? It's like 50-50%, right? It's like 50-50, because if it goes this way or it goes this way, then well, it's not 50%, but it's less probable that you would actually come out with a profitable trade entering right there. Now, because it is momentum trading, it can be kind of hard to find an entry. So that's why I use 1-minute candlesticks, and that's why I use tradingview.com. It's because they have 1-minute candlesticks. You can click right here, click 1 minute, and it's much better to be able to see this shorter time frame in price action for this type of trading. Now, I'm still expecting this coin to be going up for a little while, and I'll point out why I feel that way. So Basically, there's a lot of volume, which volume is a very, very strong indication of price direction. I talk about that a lot. Secondly, we have had actually more selling out in the market. So it was actually more oversold right here than overbought. So right here is pretty, pretty, it's just trending all along right here on the RSI. So this is the relative strength index. It's an indicator. And if you look, there's just a clear trend in which it's just a horizontal line which it followed right here. This purple line just kind of channeled right here along horizontally. And then right here, see how it just came down really sharp and then came back up? And right here, how it kind of did that, but not as much. See how sharp that push down is? How there's a lot of movement in the RSI right there? And see how it just dumped clear down to right where it broke out of? That is oversold. That's what that indicates. So that means this market was bought clear up to a price that people didn't want to buy it above. So they accepted that that's the price of of XRP or Ripple at this point in time. So right when this happened, they're like, oh, I don't think it's worth any more than that, because the only way it goes up more is if people think it's worth more. And so they're like, okay, I don't think it's worth any more than that. And then Poloniex had some issues, and also it's just a natural pullback in the market. And we had a natural pullback to the point it broke out of right here on the day, on the days, not the day, the 1 minute candlestick, day trading. So that's a pretty common pullback, but it hasn't reversed its trend. So it still hasn't broken below where it broke out of. See where it broke high here? This is the breakout pattern. Still hasn't broken below its breakout pattern, which means this coin is making higher highs and higher lows. So its definition is an uptrend. So if you can find a low point in which to enter, by definition, this market should have a high probability of you being able to exit at a higher price, because it's making higher highs and higher lows. So also when you're momentum trading, you have to understand that that's what the market is doing. If it is trending up, then it's going to be making higher highs and higher lows. So the market will do this, right? It'll come up and it'll start by making this low, and then it'll make this high, and then it'll make this low, and then this high, and then this high, and then this is the new low, and then this high, and then this is the new low. Now this low is a little bit below this low, but it still isn't below its beginning low, so the trend is still intact on the 1 minute candlesticks, and now we've gotten a new high and a higher low. So we keep seeing higher highs and higher lows, and this low could be an entry point. This could be a good entry point in Ripple right here at 4,900 Satoshis. And if it proves it's not as good as this entry point, but that entry point is gone now, right? You have to be thinking of where the market is right now and where it's going to go. And, what it has done can be very useful, but, it has its place, right? There's only so much you can learn from what it has done. What it's going to do is, and what it could do, the chances of a direction it could go is what's really important. So the chance of Ripple right now going higher is very high because it has high volume and it's been doing nothing but go high all day, right? So if history repeats itself, and so if the probability of it going higher holds true, then it will continue rising today. And until it doesn't do that, so until it changes its mind and it starts trending in a different direction, so until it breaks this low, or maybe even breaks this low, then the market is still by definition trending upwards. But again, you want to have a trading plan, and risk management is very important. So it's all about entries, risk management, and having a trading plan. So that's generally how I do my momentum trading. Is if a coin is pumping really high, then I just accept that it's pumping really high, hop on 1 minute candlesticks, wait for it to make a pump. So, you know, I wait for it to do something like this, or like this. This is a pump, or like this right here. And then after it does that, I see those red candles, and I hop in. So I'd hopped into the market right here, hop into the market right here, and hop into the market right here. Why? Because if you hop in right here, you can sell and profit. If you hop in right here, you can sell and profit. If you hop in right here, you can sell and profit. Now, of course, it's obviously easier said than done, but with practice, and if you keep a logical perspective of it and keep your emotions out of your trade, you know, you can get very, very efficient and effective at seeing that type of pattern and knowing when to hop in. See how there's a lot of volume right here? This is when big money got into the market. So big money got in right here. What does big money do? Big money buys at good entry points, like right here. Big money bought right here, and big money was already selling right here. And probably, you know, didn't even sell much of it up here because there's a less probability of it getting that high, right? But there's a pretty high probability, there's a higher probability of it getting this high than this high, but that's why you sell more lower than higher. So I sell portions out of my position. So hold on 1 second. Let me clear the drawings real quick so I can clean up what I'm explaining here. Oops, not all indicators. Move all drawing tools. Alright, now let me grab my indicators real quick again. RSI and MACD. Alright, so that's how you add indicators if you don't know on TradingView. So, anyways, if I buy right here, if I buy where big money bought right there, oh, I don't have volume either. Gotta grab volume real quick. Volume is very, very key, and so you can't forget it. Also, another video I want to recommend to you guys is how to manage trades for maximum profit, because I talk a little bit about this. So basically, as far as like what I look for exits, you know, when I'm day trading like this on a momentum trade, I look for a good entry, like somewhere right here, or I would have considered this a good enough entry, though this is the best one because there's less risk, right? So I look for a good entry. So let's say I hop into the market right here at 3,200 Satoshi. I would be selling the majority of my position out right here at 3,700 Satoshi. Now people are like, why would you do that? You miss out on all of these profits. That's not the point. It's not about what you could have gotten. It's not about, you know, would-haves and could-haves and should-haves. Trading is about what is happening right now for you. And what is happening in this portion of time? Oops, delete that. So if I scroll back here and I look, what's happening in this portion of time? Well, it's very clear what's happening in this portion of time. This market is trending up. But if it hits this point right here and I sell out my position, and the majority of my position I sell right there, the probability of that market going higher than this point is, you know, it's only so much, but it's not as high as the probability of me for sure getting profit off of that little swung I caught because of a good entry. So yes, the market could go higher than 3,700 Satoshi at that point, but if I lock in the majority of my profit, and I still keep a little bit, you know, thinking that the market can go higher, and then I wait and I wait, and yeah, the market keeps going higher, and I wait, and then we have a new high. So oops. So when the market breaks into a new high, then I'm like, oh, you know, I'm gonna sell more of my position, lock in some more profits, but more of my position is still less than what I sold right here. So like I said, you sell the majority at the first sign of at the first sign that you made a profitable trade. So you caught this much profit, and then there's a little turnaround here, so you sell, and then you keep a little bit of it and you sell more if it goes higher, and you sell what you have if it breaks below, you know, your certain point in which you hold your trend. So like if I entered right here and I set a stop loss right here with a portion of my trade, and then I sold out the majority right here, and it doesn't hit that stop, then I can make money off what I didn't sell, right? But me knowing whether it will go this high like it did, like I can't for sure know whether the market is going to go this high, right? But I can for sure know that I made profit if I'm in profit and it's at a point that the market might turn around. So, you know, that's kind of a concept, and it takes a lot of practice, and you want to be using support and resistance, because that's a very effective way of deciding when to sell. Also, support and resistance is extremely important for when you should enter and exit your trades. So you want to have a trading plan, which I have a video on how to make a trading plan. You want to have a trading plan that has support and resistance and all of your personal things for your personal, because everybody has different emotion in trading, right? And so it's a very personalized thing. Trading plans are. I have to tell myself something, you know, I have to place. It's kind of a psychological game, so I have to tell myself psychological tricks that might be different psychological tricks that would work on you, right? So like one of my psychological tricks that I tell myself is, if I'm buying a coin, I look at the market going down. Like I think it's going to go down. So like let's say I want to buy right now in Ripple. Let's say I felt like it was a good time to buy in Ripple, which it's totally not, because it's just falling between these two spots, you know. So it's not the best entry right now in Ripple. But let's say I wanted to buy right now in Ripple. I buy expecting the market to go down a little bit. Now, obviously, if it's a good entry point, that's just a psychological thing I personally use to at least be okay with the market dropping off if it does. So if it does drop off after my entry, then I'm okay with it, and I'll sell out and be like, you know, I was wrong. I didn't lose that much money. But if it doesn't, and it actually goes the direction I expected it to, because if I bought it, then I wouldn't, you know, if I'm buying it, then obviously I'm expecting it to go up, but I'm still looking at it like it's gonna go down. And that's the way that I like to manage, you know, my psychology when I'm looking for good entries like that. But yeah, basically that's what I wanted to go over today, and that's how I do my momentum trading. A little bit about how I look for entries too, and yeah, so that's how I go about doing my pump trades. This one looks like it might kind of go down from here, but we'll see. Thank you guys for tuning in today. I appreciate it. Hopefully you learned something. Go ahead and email me if you have any questions. Hop on the Discord chat. I highly recommend it. Somebody just made a meme of me. What? That's basically a meme. That's hilarious. So yeah, hop on the Discord chat. It's pretty cool. There's always stuff going on. I've got moderators. If you've donated to me, I'll give you guys the donation tab, the donation roll, and that gives you a different color in your name, so that's pretty cool. And then also we have the winners of the competition. Right now I have a competition going on, and it's just make a logo for my channel, at least 500 by 500 pixels, and something to do with mountains and investing and stuff. Like this guy had a pretty good one. That's hilarious. So yeah, and you can just drop the entry here in the Discord chat, email it to me, or the best way is to tweet it at me, and then the winner is announced on Friday, 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, so the 7th of April, and I announce the winners here on Discord and on YouTube and on Twitter. And the last winner was, and it's for $25 in Bitcoin, or 0.025 Bitcoin to be precise. You win if I pick your entry. So it's just a logo idea, and here's the rules right here. But go ahead and enter if you want a chance to win $25 in Bitcoin. A little bit more than that is the current exchange rate. But yeah, so the last winner was Dixon Cider. And so yeah, he won $25. He was pretty happy about that. And yeah, so that's basically my video today. Bitcoin just passed my alert, and I just got a text on my phone, so that's why I recommend TradingView alerts. They're pretty cool. It's nice to just get a text when something goes above a certain price I was looking for. Now, yeah, go ahead and go to digitalcurrencytraders.com, click on Get Started with either the free course or this $449 course, and if you want 20% off on this really excellent course and entry into his community, and it's a lifetime membership, then go ahead and press Get Started right here on digitalcurrencytraders.com and use my promotion code HighAltitude20 to get 20% off at checkout. And Lumbridge City is a really good teacher, and a lot of the methods that have helped me make a lot of money and a lot of my students make a lot of money, I learned from him. So everybody, the goal here is that everybody makes money, and sometimes you have to spend money to make money, and $449, and you can get 20% off of that $449 is really pretty cheap for how much money I've made with this method and other people have made with this course. It's like, you can look at it two ways. You can be like, well, if I want to invest $450 on Poloniex and possibly make some money with what you know already, you might, there's a it's just like trading. There's a chance that you could make money doing that, but you'll have a higher probability of making money if you invest some money in good quality knowledge. And that's exactly what this is over at digitalcurrencytraders.com, and the $449 lifetime and community course and community and lifetime membership. So I highly recommend checking that out. And again, HighAltitude20 for 20% off at checkout. And let me go ahead and tell you that the promotion code is in the description because it's spelled a little bit funny because of my website. And speaking of my website, go to highaltitudeinvesting.com. That was a typo when I made this domain. I accidentally typed in dude instead of tude, so that's kind of a funny story there. But you can join the Discord chat channel here, and here's the promotion code. Also, again, a lot of these links and stuff will be in the description along with donations. But go ahead and sign up to my mailing list because I do exclusive content on there, and I send out the direction of like a day trading coin and a long-term coin once a week. And then I also am doing stuff where I'll send out emails about daily for important information and updates. So go ahead and follow me and join my mailing list. And follow me on Twitter at highaltitudeinv is another place to get updates on stuff that I'm working on. So yeah, thank you for tuning in today. I hope you guys learned something and you guys can make some profits with these methods. And you know, yeah, that's basically everything. So as always, stay profitable.